What if your lack of resources is not your weakness, but your advantage? Some of the most influential people in history didn't start with connections, capital, or credibility. They started with rejection notices, debt, small apartments, car trunks. Today, we rewind the stories of people who started with nothing and built everything. Michael Jordan. As a sophomore in high school, Michael Jordan was cut from the varsity basketball team. Cut. He has said that moment fueled him. He trained relentlessly, obsessively. Years later, he would win 6 NBA championships, 5 MVP awards, 14 All-Star selections, and build a brand that still generates billions annually through Nike's Jordan line. He didn't start as the best. He started overlooked. Sara Blakely. In 1998, Sara Blakely was selling fax machines door-to-door in Florida. She had $5,000 in savings, no background in fashion, no manufacturing experience, no investors, just an idea, better-fitting undergarments. For 2 years, she researched, cold-called manufacturers, and wrote her own patent. She couldn't afford advertising, so she personally pitched her product to stores. In 2000, a buyer at Neiman Marcus took a chance. That product became Spanx. By 2012, Blakely became the youngest self-made female billionaire on Forbes' list. She retained 100% ownership for years. No venture capital, no inherited wealth, just persistence and product clarity. Oprah Winfrey. Born into poverty in Mississippi, Oprah Winfrey faced childhood trauma, instability, and discrimination. She began her media career reading news at a local Nashville station at 19. She was later fired from her job as a news anchor, told she was unfit for television. Instead of quitting, she pivoted to daytime talk. In 1986, The Oprah Winfrey Show launched nationally. It ran for 25 years, becoming one of the highest-rated talk shows in history. Today, her media empire, including Harpo Productions and OWN, has made her one of the most influential media figures in the world. From poverty to billionaire, from rejected anchor to cultural icon. Howard Schultz. Howard Schultz grew up in public housing in Brooklyn. His father was a truck driver with no health insurance. Schultz often speaks about watching his father struggle after a workplace injury. No safety net, no support. Years later, Schultz would join a small Seattle coffee company called Starbucks. At the time, it had just 11 stores. Investors rejected his expansion idea over 200 times. He persisted. Today, Starbucks operates in over 80 countries with tens of thousands of locations worldwide. From public housing to global brand architect. The pattern. Notice what these stories share. They did not wait for permission. They were underestimated. They lacked traditional leverage. They reinvested rejection into discipline. Starting with nothing forces clarity. When you have no capital, you sharpen skill. When you have no connections, you build resilience. When no one believes in you, you build self-belief. It's your turn. Nothing is not a permanent condition. It's a starting point. History shows that starting small does not determine finishing small. Sara Blakely had $5,000. Michael Jordan had a rejection. Oprah had dismissal. Howard Schultz had 200 no's. The difference wasn't resources, it was refusal. So the question isn't what you're starting with. The question is, what will you build from here? Rewind that thought. Subscribe and see you at the next Rewind Inspire.